Welcome to Married to Portuguese. On each episode, my English-Irish husband, Bob, and I discuss and laugh about our life and adventures in the Portuguese culture.
Bom dia.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. I might as well just put it all out there.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, not just your bon dia, you know.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Nothing's wrong with that.
That's what my people say every day when they wake
Oh,
up.
my goodness.
My
Okay.
almost people.
Your almost people.
They haven't accepted me yet.
Not yet. Not yet. But they will. They
Big
will.
discussions.
Big, huge discussions they're having around that
Right
table.
to the top.
Oh, yeah. They're having little shots, glass, eating, going, what do we do with this Lawton? What do we do with them? Is that it?
Well, I hope it's not that. I hope there's no drinking involved. Anyway. Well, what a week.
What a week. Yeah.
What a week. And big snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Big enough. About
Big
6
enough.
inches of snow. Pain in the neck to clear.
Mm.
And then we were working on your newsletter this morning.
Yes.
And I think the newsletter is going to spill over.
What do you mean it's going to spill over?
Well,
Oh, boy.
if you are subscribers to the newsletter, and you should be, you can subscribe at Azoreangreenbean.com.
Yeah.
Maria would like to add fruit trees to the yard.
I would love fruit trees.
And you would love chickens.
Of course, I would love chickens.
We're
I've
not
always
we're-
wanted chickens.
We're not going to have chickens.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't even know if the town allows us to have chickens. That's the first hurdle that I really need in my favor.
I don't think you're right. Because in our town, we have the right for farming. It's the farming town.
I don't think they're talking about our
Well,
tiny little plot of land.
well, we can squeeze in a lot.
We can't squeeze in chickens.
Okay.
No.
Well, we can agree to disagree on that one.
Well, it's going to come to me to take care of the chickens. So
Okay. Hence, fruit trees. Why can't I have fruit trees?
we don't have room for fruit
Of course we
trees.
have room. We could have, okay, we live in New England, and there's specific trees we can have in New England. That'll be okay. And I've already done my research, because there's certain trees, fruit trees, you need to have a male tree and a female tree. Go figure. They're male and female trees.
Yeah.
To produce fruit.
So we can't have just one. You're telling me we have to have two.
No.
fruit trees.
I found that there's certain apple trees, you don't need one. There's certain pear trees. Pears are okay. You don't need to have a company one for that one. And I think peach trees and plums, I think. So I'm thinking pears.
All right. The only tree I'm agreeable to right now is cherries.
You know I don't like cherries.
But it's a fruit tree.
I don't like cherries.
I love them.
Oh my goodness. Why can't we have a fruit tree that we both like? Why does it have to be one that only you like? Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't. Why? Tell everyone why.
I love cherries. All right. Let's look at this.
Oh my God.
Let's look at this from a practical standpoint.
Okay.
All right.
I will not be eating them. That's number one. I won't be touching it. I won't be picking them. I will not be eating them right off the bat.
All right. What Portuguese recipes can we make with cherries?
Ginja,
Oh.
which is the liqueur.
Oh, okay.
That's like the only thing I'll have.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
then.
Oh.
Okay.
But it's specific cherries that are from Portugal that make the ginja, not the ones we're going to grow here in New England. Different kind of cherries. Different kind of cherries.
What if I pack them in a suitcase,
Oh my
bring them to Portugal, and then bring them back? Is it enough that they've been to Portugal?
No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, folks. Okay, so why are we... I know we have room for one tree in the front yard.
There's always a tree. There's already a tree there.
There's actually two trees in the front yard.
Right. Where would we put a third tree?
Right in the middle.
No, that's the sidewalk.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And they crowd each other out as they get a little bit bigger. I'm not anti-fruit tree.
I think you are.
We don't have space.
I think you are anti-fruit tree.
I
think you are.
I would go tomorrow to the plant store and buy a cherry tree,
Oh.
an apple tree, and a pear tree.
Oh, and a partridge in a pear tree. Okay.
They're welcome to roost.
Okay.
They are welcome
Okay.
to roost.
All right. Now you're saying you would do it. You would go out and get those fruit trees if
Yes.
only there was room.
Well, I think that's a pretty big factor. Okay.
I think we can make the room. I think we could. We can
How?
trim back the 2 trees. We can rearrange. We might have to get rid of some hydrangeas, which is like, but if we do that, see how we do that?
I know.
I know how much we love hydrangeas. But we could and put a fruit tree in here. See, my thing is right now, I'm reading all of this stuff. And anytime that I read stuff, I'm like, okay, we need to be more self-sufficient in certain things. And, we need to, with small property, you can grow a lot of like vegetables and stuff like that, which again, we're part of the CSA. We do very well in the summertime, besides our own herb garden that we put together and our tomatoes and all that stuff. But I would love to also have fruit. I would love to have fruit, and have it so that, I wake up in the morning and I want fresh fruit and I can just, have it be plucked from the tree. See, that's how I see it. You're laughing.
Well, that's a heck of a vision.
It's a beautiful vision.
It really
is a beautiful vision. It can happen. I don't know why you're making it hard. I see things and I say, why can't we? Why not? Why not? And you go, we can't because there's no room. Well, we can make the room.
Okay. We'd have to get rid of the shed.
The shed?
Mm-hmm.
Why would we get rid of the shed?
Because there's space for a tree or 2 over there.
But then we have our shed. Where would we put all our stuff?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Oh.
Okay. So we can't put it there. And then we have a really big patio.
Uh-huh.
And then we put in gravel and stone in the backyard because it wasn't growing grass because of the giant oak tree.
Yeah, but we trimmed back the oak tree. We got rid of an oak tree.
Plant a fruit tree under an oak tree. So that's not going to work. And then the side yards aren't wide enough because of the driveway on one side. And so the front yard is the only place to put a fruit tree.
Yeah. What location is that? What does it face?
North.
North. So it really has to be in the backyard for south.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You plant trees in the south. That's all I have to say. The south, where the sun. It's in the south. See, I've done my homework.
So you'd have to move the shed.
Aww. Oh, this is now a dilemma. Now you're telling me I can have fruit trees, but now I have to get rid of a shed.
Yes, that's the only way. By the way, I think I read on the Google that you that you can grow cherry trees in giant containers.
All right, why are we bringing up cherry trees again?
Well,
Paul?
now that you've mentioned,
I don't want cherry trees. I don't want cherry trees. I don't want gooseberry. I don't want cherry trees. We've tried blueberry bushes. But
yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, the birds tend to really get...
What about peaches? Could we compromise?
I said we could do peaches. Peaches are one of the things.
Do they grow in containers?
I don't know. Huh.
Okay, I'm open to containers.
Oh, we just saw... Oh, okay, we just... you saw this.
Well, once you threatened to chop down the hydrangeas, I had to think quick. Especially while my citizenship is still in flux. I don't want them knowing I'm backtracking on anything Portuguese.
Huh. Okay.
I think I saw the consulate's car drive by slowly.
Oh, stop it.
And
You did
counting.
not. You were not.
They were counting.
The hydrangea plants that we have, you would have been already a citizen by now because we have so many. We have so many that we give neighbors and friends of ours. Our plants we divide and give out. So No.
So I guess so if anybody out there,
Yeah, let's put it out there for you guys.
if you have fruit trees in containers, curious to know.
Or if you have a small backyard that faces south and you've got plants there, let me know. Because in the Northeast, it can't be you guys in California, because in California you can grow anything anywhere. And the same thing in parts of Florida and all that.
But then how do you overcome the concrete and gravel?
Anything can be overcome.
I don't think so.
Again,
Just-
that's just my feeling. I think anything is possible. Anything, including fruit trees.
All right, well, I think we should probably move to the next topic. The very next topic. Before I end up sleeping on the sofa.
Oh, you've never slept for almost 40 years that we've been together.
Mm-hmm.
Have we ever argued that you've slept on the sofa?
No. But I have a feeling you feel
Never.
very strongly about these fruit trees.
I do feel strongly about them, but not enough that you're going to go sleep on the sofa.
Excellent. We're never going to have fruit trees. Now that I know.
That's not what I said.
Now that I know.
That is not what I said.
You don't feel that strongly about it?
I feel strongly about it, but not enough for you to go sleep on the sofa. I don't think we've ever had any argument or any discussion where we've got, I can't, and you're sleeping on the sofa. That's never happened.
No, it is not.
Never. In the 40 years we've been together, it's never
has not.
happened.
All right. Well then, shifting to the next topic. Thank you for a very delicious birthday cake. It was my birthday recently.
February is Bob's birthday month.
Best month of the year.
Oh my God. Okay.
So my mom thinks it is.
Yes, you're her baby. I
Yes.
know. And so in all that, we had a couple of our daughters and our grandchildren, and we had a little birthday party for you.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
It was good to get together.
Yeah. I mean, especially with January, everyone was sick in January. You were sick.
January's about 80 days long.
Oh God, it was the most god-awful month. For whatever reason, it just took forever. And everybody was like cold and not feeling good and all of that stuff. And yeah, January is my birthday month. We did not get to celebrate my birthday month. But we're celebrating Bob's birthday month. Let's put it that way. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I'm putting it all out there. And then, so I made cake. What cake did I make for you?
You made marble cake from your Tia's recipe from book 1.
Yes. Because I asked you, I said, okay, what kind of cake do you want me to bake for you? And you're like, oh, I don't know. Which one? What do you want to feel like?
The 1 egg cake was my first suggestion.
Yeah, you did ask for the Salazar cake. And I went, no, it's too little, because it makes a little cake. And if we were going to share it with, family and stuff, and I'm like, no, let's do a little bigger. And I didn't do my sister's marble cake, because my sister's marble cake makes
her boule picnic.
Yeah, it makes a huge cake.
This is delicious cake.
It's delicious, but it makes too big of a cake, and I didn't want to have too much leftovers. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, but my Aunt Lalia's marble cake is very buttery.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 sticks of butter. I mean, that's just really wonderful. It's a cup of butter, which is really good. And so we had that. We had that, and we had
And you had crazy baking.
I did. I think it's because everybody was sick in January and I didn't bake a lot then.
Feed it cold.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like we were all, it was like, ugh.
So you made brownies.
I made brownies.
You made the marble cake.
I made marble cake.
And then you made, the saltine dessert.
I made a saltine dessert. My mom would make this dessert. And around Christmas time, one of my daughters had said, Mom, can you make that dessert that Fly used to make? And I haven't shared it anywhere. I will. It'll come out either in my book 3 or in another book that I'm putting together. And so I'll share it with you guys. And it's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
But it's saltines. She would use saltines, regular saltines. And then she would make, oh no, I think I have shared it. I shared it with you guys. It's in book 2. It's the But I use Maria biscuits sometimes, but my mom would sometimes alternate with using saltine crackers. I make it with the Maria biscuits and the homemade vanilla pudding and the homemade chocolate pudding, and I alternate. My mom would not do that. My mom sometimes she thought that was too much work. So she would either do vanilla pudding or she would do chocolate pudding, and she would use saltines because sometimes
just a box pudding.
A boxed pudding
And
sometimes.
saltines.
And then she would make this was like really fast dessert, and then she would use mix the confectioner sugar with some milk and make a really thick glaze on top of it, and she would actually freeze it, put it in the freezer, and then cutting it out, and it's all. So I made that.
I don't know how it sounds, but it tastes amazing.
It tastes really good. It tastes really good.
You wouldn't think saltines and pudding.
Yeah, I know, but it does. It's that sweet salt kind of thing.
Well, it's all sweet.
Yeah, it's really good. So I made that, and and I experimented.
Yes, that was different.
Well, because I always say if I was not Portuguese, I think I would have been Italian, because it's a culture that I know I'm Portuguese and I love my culture and I love everything, and I love our food and all that stuff. But I feel the same way about the Italian culture. Like it's very similar to ours, and so I feel like when I'm around other Italians, I feel Italian because it's a very, I don't know, we share a lot of things. And so I followed this Italian chef in Italy that I love his stuff, and he was making a baked rice pudding cake, which I went, Jigga, what?
In theory,
it was like, oh my God, I've got to make this.
Two of our favorite things.
Yes, cake and rice pudding.
Mm-hmm.
So so the thing is you make a rice pudding, just like we make our rice pudding, but you don't get it to be very thick. It's got to be a little bit watery. And then you add 3 whole eggs into it, and you beat everything in once the rice pudding has cooled completely. And you pour it in a greased baking, a cake pan, and you put it in the oven for 350 at 45 minutes.
Like a loaf pan.
Like a loaf pan. You can make it in a loaf, you can make it in a cake pan, you can do whatever. And so we tested that out. And even though the smell was incredible, yeah, it was a no.
It was a no. It was
a no.
There was no predominant flavor.
No.
I don't know. You said lemon, but lemon just wasn't strong enough.
Yeah, it was there. It was there.
Texture wasn't, I don't have texture problems, but it just was kind of
the texture was
chewy.
off. Yeah, it was a little chewy. So that was a no. But I love the idea of it. I love the idea of taking rice pudding and making it a little bit different. I always, because as you know, rice pudding is my favorite.
Yeah, if it were a Portuguese recipe, I'd say keep going.
Yeah.
Find a way to make it work, but
no,
it's Italian, so the heck with them.
No, don't say that. I just finished telling you if I wasn't Portuguese, I'd be Italian.
Right.
I think I would be. That would be the...
If I weren't English Irish, I'd probably be Welsh Scottish.
That's the same thing, isn't it?
Whoa, no. Those are different countries.
Okay.
Different countries, different languages.
Oh, that's true. You're right. It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
That's what I think, though.
Oh, okay. All right.
Something completely different.
This is our thoughts. This is our thoughts for today in our podcast here. Oh, I'm sorry. Not my podcast. Your podcast. I'm sorry.
That's true. Thank you for always being our special guest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thanks for having me all the time.
You're welcome.
Like, Maria, what are you doing? Come on. Have a seat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk.
I've never invited anybody else.
You haven't.
No.
Just me.
Just you.
Wow.
That's plenty for me.
I feel special.
You should. You should. I feel special that you're always here.
Aww.
Nice.
A collective.
Aww.
That's nice.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, honey. Bye-bye. I called them honey.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'd love to hear your ideas for topics. Ciao.